Hello everyone, welcome to Premier Math. Today we are going to discuss some important math problems on percentage based on previous year questions. We will be solving these questions using speed matrix. So let's start our session. Our first question is, Mr. Amar spends 50% of his monthly income on household items, and out of the remaining, he spends 25% on traveling, 30% on entertainment, 15% on shopping, and remaining amount of rupees 900 is saved. What is Mr. Amar's monthly income? Here, Amar spent 50% on household items, and on the remaining 50%, he spends 25% on traveling, 30% on entertainment, 15% on shopping, and 900 rupees out of this 50% he saved. If you look at this in terms of percentage, 100% is the monthly income, and out of 100%, 50% he already spends for household items, and for the remaining 50%, 70% he spends for other expenditure, that is traveling plus entertain plus shopping. 25 plus 30 plus 15 is 70%. So 70% he spends for other expenditure, and the remaining 30% is the savings here. That means 30% of 50% is 900 here. 900 rupees out of 50% he saved. So 30% of 50%. So 30% of 50% is the savings here. That is 900 rupees. 50% of 30% is 900. That is 50% of 30% is the savings here. So it can be written as 50% as half. Then half of 30 is 15%. So 15% is 900, means 100% is 900 divided by 15 into 100, which is equal to 15 goes 6 times in 90. So 6,000 is the monthly income here. If 15% is 900, then 100% is the total income. 100% is 6,000 rupees. So income is 6,000 rupees. Option A is your answer. In a test consisting of 80 questions carrying 1 mark each, Ankita answers 65% of the first 40 questions correctly. What percentage of other 40 questions does she need to answer correctly to score 80% on the entire test? Here total questions is 80 and she need to score 80% on entire score. That means she need to correct 80% of 80 questions, which is equal to 64, because 80 by 100 into 80 is equal to 64. Now, she already answered 65% of the first 40 questions correctly. That means she corrected 65% of the first 40 questions. Here 100% of 40 is 40 and 10% is 4. Then 60% is 6 into 4, 24 and 5% is 2. So, 65% of 40 is 26. Or you can do 65 by 100 into 40. So which is equal to 26. Now we have to find what percentage of other 40 questions does she need to answer correctly to score 80%. So to score 80%, she need to correct 64 questions. She already corrected 26 questions. So the remaining question she need to correct is 64 minus 26, which is equal to 38. So 38 out of 40 questions she need to correct in order to get 80% on the entire test, which is equal to 4 9s are 36, 4 5s are 20. So option C is your answer. 95% is the right answer here, because she need to correct 38 out of 40 questions in order to get 80% on entire test. In a class of 60 students and 5 teachers, each student got sweets that are 20% of total number of students and each teacher got sweets that are 30% of total number of students. How many sweets were there? There are 60 students and 5 teachers. Now, each student got 20% of total number of students. Total number of students is 60. So, which is equal to, here 10% of 60 is equal to 6. Then 20% is equal to 12. That means one student got 12 sweets. Then 60 students got 60 into 12, which is equal to 720. And each teacher got 30% of total number of students is 60. Here 10% of 60 is 6. Then 30% is 3 into 6, 18. So each teacher got 18 sweets. Then 5 teacher got 5 into 18, which is equal to 90. So total number of sweets is equal to 810. 720 plus 90. So option C is your answer. In a college election fought between two candidates, one candidate got 55% of the total valid votes. 15% of the votes were invalid. If the total votes were 15,200, what is the number of valid votes the other candidate got? Here, one candidate got 55% of the valid vote. Then, other candidate must got 45% of the valid vote. Here valid votes are 100 minus 15 because 15% of the votes were invalid. That means valid votes are 100 minus 15, that is 85%. So 85% of total votes are 15,200. That means valid votes are 85% of 15,200. Here percentage and 20 cancel. That means 85 into 152 is the total number of valid votes. And here one candidate got 55% of the total valid votes. Then we must find what is the number of valid votes the other candidate got. That is, other candidate got 45% of total valid votes. Here total valid votes 85 into 152, which is equal to 5 20s are 100, 5 17s are 85. Now 4 into 5 20, 4 into 38 152. Now 5 9s are 45. Now 9 into 70, 9 7s are 63. 9 into 1 plus 6 is 15 into remaining is 38. Now 3 into 3 9s, 3 into 5 15, 3 into 1 plus 1 4, 0 plus 8 into 3 24, 2 carry over, 8 into 5 40 plus 2 42, 4 carry over, 8 into 1 8 plus 4 12. So which is equal to 4, 9 plus 2 11, 5 plus 2 plus 1 8, 4 plus 1 5. So 5814. Option D is your answer. Actually 38 30 plus 8 and 30 into 153 is 4590 and 8 into 153 is 1224. So do that way. On a test consisting of 250 questions, John answered 40% of the first 125 questions correctly. What percentage of other 125 questions does he need to answer correctly for his grade on the entire exam to be 60%? Here, he need to get 60% on the entire test. That means 60% of 250 questions he need to correct to get 60% on entire test. Here 10% of 250 is 25. That means 60% is 6 into 25, which is equal to 150. So he need to correct 150 questions out of 250 to get 60% on the entire test. and he already corrected 40% of first 125 questions. So corrected questions are 40% of first 125 questions, which is equal to, here 10% of 125 is equal to 12.5. Then 40% is 4 into 12.5, which is equal to 50. That means he already corrected 50 questions out of 125 questions. Then remaining questions he need to correct is 150 minus 50, which is equal to 100. So 100 more questions out of 125 questions, remaining 125 questions he need to correct to get 60% on entire test. That means John need 100 out of remaining 125 questions to get 60% mark on entire test. So which in percentage is equal to 25 into 5, 125, 25 into 4, 100, 5 into 20, 100. So 80% questions he need to correct on the remaining part to get 60%. So option B is your answer. A shopkeeper announces successive discounts of 10% and 20%. Find the equivalent percentage discount. Here, net discount formula is A plus B minus AB by 100. That means if you take A and B as 10% and 20%, then this will be 10 plus 20 minus 10 into 20 divided by 100, which is equal to 30 minus 2, 28%. So option B is your answer. In a college, 40% of the students were allotted group A, 75% of the remaining were given group B, and remaining 12 students were given group C. Then the number of students who applied for the group C, that means students who applied for all groups. Here, in a college, 40% of the total seats were given to group A students. Then, out of the remaining 60%, remaining is 60%, and out of the 60%, 75% were given group B. That means the remaining is 100 minus 75, 25% out of the 60% given group C. And this 25% out of 60 is 12 number. That is, group C taken students are 12 in number. So that means 25% of 60% is 12. Then here you can see 25% of 60 by 100 is 12. Now 12 goes 5 times. 5 goes 20 times in 100. That means 25% here is 20. Then 100% is 25 into 4 is 100. Then 20 into 4 is 80. So option A is your answer. That is, total number of students are 100%, which is equal to 80. Because 25% of students is 20. That means 100% of students is 80. That is, total number of students are 80. Two students appeared at an examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks was 56% of the sum of their marks. The marks obtained by them are. Here there are two students, and if first student scored X mark, then the second student scored 9 marks more than the first student, that is X plus 9. And the second students also scored 56% of the sum of both the students' mark. Sum of both the students' mark is X plus 9. That is 2X plus 9. So 56% of the sum of both the students' mark is second student mark. that is x plus 9. Then if you cancel with 4, 425 are 100, 414 are 56. Now 14 into 2x is 28x and 25 into x is 25x. So 28x minus 25x is 3x, which is equal to 25 into 9 minus 14 into 9. So 9 into 25 minus 14. Here 3 cancel. Now 3 3s are 9. Now x is equal to 3 into 25 is equal to 75 and 3 into 14 is equal to 42, which is equal to 5 minus 2, 3, 7 minus 4, 3. So x is equal to 33. That means first student mark is 33 and second student mark is 33 plus 9, 42. So option C is your answer. In a competitive examination in state A, 6% candidate got selected from total appeared candidates. State B had an equal number of candidates appeared and 7% candidate got selected with 80 more candidates got selected than A. What was the number of candidates appeared from each state? Here, you don't need to do any calculation because from the question itself, you can see that 1% is 80. Then 100% is 80 into 100, 8000. So option D is your answer. That is, here total appeared candidates are same for state A and state B and selected candidates are 6% and 7%. But state B has 80 more candidates selected than A. That means 1% is 80 and 100% is 8000. That is, state A has 6% of total candidates. Let us consider X as the total number of candidates. Then state A has 6% of total number of candidates got selected. And state B has 7% of total number of candidates got selected. That is, state A has 6% of X and state B has 7% of X got selected. Now, here, state B had 80 more candidates got selected than A. That means difference between these two states selected candidates are 80. That is 7 minus 6. 1% is 80. Then 100% is 80 into 100, 8000. So option D is your answer. The price of a car is 3,25,000. It was insured to 85% of its price. The car was damaged completely in an accident and the insurance company paid 90% of the insurance. What was the difference between price of the car and the amount received? So we need to find out the difference between price of the car and amount received. Here, price of the car is 3,25,000 and amount received is 90% of the insurance. 90% of insurance received is 85% of its price. 85% of its price is 3,25,000. That is, amount received is 90% of 85% of price. Now, if you take the difference, 0, 0 cancel. Now, 0, 0 cancel, 0 cancel. Now, if I take 325 outside, this will become 325 into 1000 minus 9 into 85, which is equal to 325 into, here 9 into 85 can be written as 10 into 85 minus 85. That is 850 minus 85 is equal to 765. So 1000 minus 765 is 1000 minus 700, 300, 300 minus 65, 235. So this is the answer. Here it can be written as 325 into 200 plus 30 plus 5. That is 325 into 200. 325 into 2 is 650. 0, 0 plus 325 into 3 is 3 5s are 15. 3 2s are 6 plus 1 7. 3 3s are 9. Remaining 0 plus 325 into 5. 5 5s 25. 5 into 2 10 plus 2 12. 5 into 3 plus 1 16. So this is your answer. If you add together 5, 2 plus 5 7, 6 plus 7 13, 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 1 6, again 6 plus 1 7. So option A is your answer. 76,375 is your answer. So difference between price of the car and amount received is 76,375. It's actually a question based on simplification, not from the percentage. It's just to understand your calculation ability. Gauri went to the stationers and bought things worth ₹25, out of which 30 paise went on sales tax on taxable purchases. If the tax rate was 6%, then what was the cost of tax-free items? Here, 30 paise is for sales tax and tax rate is 6%. Then 30 paise is equal to 6%. Means cost of taxable item is 100% of this. If 6% is 30 paise, 100% is the cost of taxable purchases. 6 goes 5 times in 30. So 1% is 5 paise. 100% is 500 paise, which is equal to 5 rupees. So cost of taxable item is 100%, which is equal to 5 rupees. Gauri totally purchased for 25 rupees, out of which 5 rupees is for taxable purchases and 30 paise went on sales tax. So remaining is the cost of tax-free items. So cost of tax-free items is equal to total purchase 25 minus 5 rupees is for cost of taxable purchase, 30 paise for sales tax. 30 paise means 0.3 rupees. Total is 19.7 rupees. So option C is your answer. 65% of a number is more than its 25% by 120. What is 20% of that number? Let us consider this number as x. Here the meaning of this first sentence is difference between 65% and 25% of a number is 120. Here 65% of a number, let us consider it as x, which is equal to more than its 25% by 120. Which is 120 more than its 25%. That is 65% of a number is 120 more than its 25%. Here difference between 65% and 25% is 40%. So 40% of x is 120, means 40 goes 3 times in 120. So 1% of x is 3. Then 20% of x will be 20 into 3, 60. Because 1% is 3 means 20% is 20 into 3, 60. Here the number is 1% is 3 means 100% of x is x, which is equal to 3 into 100, 300. So the number is 300 and 20% of the number is 60. So option D is your answer. A's salary is 30% higher than B's salary. The percentage that B's salary is less than A's salary is. Here, A has more salary than B. Let's consider salary of B as 100 rupees. Then salary of A must be 100 plus 30, 130 rupees, because A salary is 30% higher than B salary. Now, the percentage that B salary is less than A salary means we need to find out how much percentage B salary is less than A salary. Here difference between A's and B salary is 130 minus 100, that is 30 rupees. So required percentage is B salary is 30 rupees. 30 rupees less than A salary. So if you convert in terms of percentage, which will be equal to 30 by 130 into 100. Here 0 0 cancel. 13 goes 2 times in 30 and remaining is 4. So 13 goes 3 times in 40. Remaining is 1 by 13. So option C is your answer. If the price of sugar is increased by 25%, by how much percent must a householder reduce his consumption of sugar so as not to increase his expenditure on sugar? Let us consider initial expenditure of sugar as 100 rupees. Now the price is increased by 25% means new expenditure is 100 plus 25, 125 rupees. Now the difference in expenditure is 25 rupees. Here price has increased, but this householder do not want to increase his expenditure on sugar. He want to keep it as 100 rupees. Initially he spent 100 rupees for sugar. Finally the current price is 125, but he don't want to spend 125 rupees. He only want to spend 100 rupees. So he need to reduce his consumption in order to keep the expenditure as 100 rupees. Then percentage reduction in consumption is, here 25 rupees has to be cut from this 125 rupees in order to keep the initial expenditure. That is 25 rupees has to be cut from this 125 rupees. Then percentage reduction in consumption is, if you convert it in terms of percentage, multiply it with 100. That is 25 by 125 into 100, which is equal to, here 25 goes 5 times in 125. 5 goes 20 times in 100. Then 20% is the percentage reduction in consumption. So this householder needs to reduce 20% consumption on sugar. Option D is your answer. If you have doubt, use this formula. That is, use P by 100 plus P into 100. In a 2-digit positive number, the digits in the unit place is equal to the square of the digits in tens place. And the difference between the number obtained by interchanging the digits and the number is 54. What is 10% of original number? So we have to find out 10% of original number. If you look at the options, if 10% is 15.6 means 100% is 156. But we are looking for a 2-digit positive number. This is 3-digit number. So option A is wrong. Same way option C is also wrong, because if 10% is 37.2, 100% is 372, a 3-digit number. So this is also wrong. Remaining is option B and D. If you look at the option B, if 10% is 3.9, that means 100% is 39. And if you interchange 39, it will be 93. And if you take the difference between 93 and the original number 39, it will be 54, which is in the question. So option B is your answer. Same way, if you verify the option D, that is, if 10% is 2.4, that means 100% is 24. And if you interchange the number 24, it will be 42. And if you take the difference between 42 and original number 24, which will not be equal to 54, it is just 18. So option D is also wrong. So this way, just by looking at the options, you can solve this answer. If you want to do it in another way, You can also solve this question using number system. That is, digits in the unit place is equal to square of the digits in tens place. That means if I take tens place digit as x, 10x, then unit digit will be square of this tens place, that is x square. Tens place means 10 into x. So if I take tens place digit as x, then unit place digit will be x square. Now if you interchange the numbers, that means x and x square interchanging. So interchanging number will be 10x square plus x. And if you take the difference between interchanging numbers and original number, this will be equal to 54. So if you solve this formula, you will get the value of x. Then you can find the answer. In a 2-digit positive number, the digits in unit place is equal to the square of the digits in tens place. And difference between the number obtained by interchanging its digits and original number is 54. What is 60% of the original number? If you look at the option, if 60% is 23.4, 10% is 23.4 divided by 6, which is equal to 3.9. Then 100% is 39. And if you interchange the digits of 39, which is equal to 93. And if you take the difference between 93 and original number 39, which is equal to 54, and it is mentioned in the question. So option A is your answer. Same way, if you look at the other option, 29.8, 25.9, 28.5. The unit digits are 8, 9, 5. So which is not divisible by 6. So option B, C, D are wrong. Because here 60% is 29.8 means 10% is 29.8 divided by 6, which is equal to 4.96. And if you take 100%, which will be equal to 49.6. But question clearly says that 2-digit number. But all these three give you decimal point. So option B, C, D are wrong because all are not divisible by 6. It will give you decimal point. Here you can also solve this question in different method as well. That is using number system. Here unit place is equal to the square of the digit in tens place. Let us consider tens place digit as x. Then number is equal to 10x plus, now unit place digit is square of tens place digit means x square. This is the original number. And if you interchange the digit of this number, that means interchanging x and x square. So interchanged number is equal to 10x square plus x. Now if you take the difference between these two, that is equal to 54. That is 10x square plus x minus number is 10x plus x square, which is equal to 54. 10x square minus x square is 9x square. X minus 10x is minus 9x. So I will take 9 outside. That will be equal to 9x square minus x is equal to 54. Now 9 goes 6 times in 54. That is x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Means x plus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 0. That is x can be minus 2 or 3. But minus 2 is not possible. So x is equal to 3. So the number will be equal to, here number is 10x plus x square is equal to, if x is equal to 3 means 10 into x is equal to 30 and x square is 9. So 39. So if x number is 39, then your answer is 60% of 39, which is equal to 23.4. So option A is your answer. Atul scored 30% marks in an examination and failed by 40 marks, whereas his friend Sunil gets 42% mark, which is 32 marks more than the minimum required marks for the examination. The maximum marks for the examination is, here Adul scored 30% marks, but he failed by 40 marks, means he need 40 more marks to pass this examination. That is, minimum mark is 30% plus 40. If he get 40 more mark, he will pass. So 30% plus 40 is the pass mark. Same way, his friend Sunil gets 42% mark. But he scored 32 marks more than the minimum mark. That is, pass mark is 42% minus 32. Because he scored 32 marks more than the minimum mark. So here, difference between 30% and 42% is 12%. And difference between 40 and minus 32 is 72. Because 40 minus 32 is 40 plus 32, 72. Then equalize it. That is, 12% is 72. That is, here the difference is equal to, here the difference. So 12% is equal to 72. Then 1% is 12 into 6 is 72. So 6. 1% mark is 6. Then 100% mark. That is full mark. Full mark is 6 into 100, 600. So option A is your answer. If you have doubt, let us consider this as the pass limit. This is the pass limit. And Adul scored 30% mark and he failed by 40 marks. That is, if he get 40 more mark, he will pass the examination. Now, Sunil gets 42% mark. Sunil get 42% mark. This is the pass mark limit, but he gets more marks. That is, he gets 32 more marks than the pass mark. So, in the first case, pass mark is equal to 30% plus 40. And in the second case, pass mark is equal to 42% minus 32. Because he gets more marks than the pass mark. A candidate who gets 20% marks in an examination fails by 30 marks. Another candidate who gets 32% marks in the same examination gets 42 marks more than the necessary passing marks for the examination. What is the pass percentage for marks? Here, one candidate gets 20% marks in an examination, but he fails by 30 marks. That means he needs 30 more marks to pass this examination. Another candidate gets 32% marks in the examination, but he gets 42 more marks than the examination. That is, 32% minus 42 is the pass mark. Here, difference between 20% and 32% is 12%. And here one is positive and one is negative. So, difference between 30 and minus 42 is 72. If you have doubt in this, you can write 20% plus 30 is the pass mark, which is equal to 32% minus 42. So, here 12% is equal to 72. Now, here the difference is 12%, here difference is 72. So, equalize it. 12% is equal to 72. Now, 1% is equal to 12 goes 6 times in 72. 6. That means, here, pass percentage. Pass percentage is equal to, take one of this, that is 20% plus 30 marks. If 6 mark is 1%, 30 mark is 6 into 5 is 30. So, 20% plus 5% is equal to 25% is the pass mark. Option C is your answer. Here, if you have doubt, if this is the pass percentage, then one candidate get 20% plus 30 mark. If he get 30 more mark, he will pass the examination. Other candidate got 32% in the examination. He get 42 more mark than the pass percentage. In an examination, 78% of the candidate passed in English, 67% passed in mathematics, 10% failed in English and mathematics both. Find the pass percentage of those who passed in both the subject. Here, 78% of students who passed in English and 67% who passed in maths. 10% students who failed in both English and maths. Now, this combined data is for failed students. So, we need to find percentage of students who failed in English as well as in maths. Here, 78% passed in English means 22%. That is 100 minus 78, 22% failed in English. And same way, 67% passed in maths means remaining 100 minus 67, 33% failed in maths. Now we have the failed students data. Let's draw the Venn diagram here. Here, this intersection is for combined data. That is 10% students who failed in both English and maths. Now, this 22% students who failed in English include this 10% students who failed in English and maths. So, here students who failed English only will be 22 minus 10%, which is equal to 12%. Because this 22% include this 10% as well. That is, students who failed English means students who failed English only as well as students who failed English and math. Same way, this 33% students failed in maths means this include this 10% students as well. So, students who failed maths only is 33 minus 10%, which is equal to 23%. Now, we can find those who passed in both the subject, because students who passed maths only will be included under students who failed English only. Students who passed maths only will be included under students who failed English only. So, that means the remaining students, that is percentage of students who passed in both English and maths is equal to total is 100 minus the data of students who failed maths only is 23% plus students who failed English only is 12% plus students who failed both English and maths is 10%. So, which is equal to 100 minus, this is 23 plus 10, 33 plus 10, 43, 45. So, which is equal to 55%. So, option B is your answer. In an examination in which full marks were 2500, A got 10% less than B, B got 25% less than C, C got 20% less than D. If A got 540 marks, then what percentage of the full marks was obtained by D? Here, A got 10% less than B. That means A is to B ratio will be, here 10% less than means 10% is 10 by 100, which is equal to 1 by 10. So, if B got 10 marks, then A got 1 less than 10, that is 9. So 9:10 is the ratio of A and B. Again, B got 25% less than C. So 25% means 25 by 100. Here 25 goes 4 times in 100. So I will write it as 1 by 4. So B is to C ratio is, here if C got 4 marks, B got 1 less than C, that is 3 marks. Again, C got 20% less than D. So C is to D ratio. Here 20% means 20 by 100. 20 goes 5 times in 100, that is 1 by 5 is the ratio. So 1 by 5. So if D got 5 marks, then C got 5 minus 1, 4 marks. 1 less than D, that is 4 marks. So if you take the ratio of A and D here, that is here P and B get cancelled, C and C get cancelled. So finally ratio is A is to D, which is equal to, here 4 and 4 get cancelled. Remaining is 9 into 3, 27 is to 5 into 10, 50. Now you already know A got 540 marks. That is 27 part here is 540. 27 into 20 is 540. Then D's mark will be 50 into 20, which is equal to 1000. So D's mark is 1000. So percentage of mark D got is, total mark D got is 1000 mark out of, here full marks in examination is 2500. If you convert it in terms of percentage, multiply it with 100. So here 25 goes 4 times in 100. 0 get cancelled, that is 40% mark. So option D is your answer. If you want to do it in another method, I will show you that. That is A is to B is to C is to D. Here, let us consider D got 100 marks. Then C got 20 less than D, 20% less than D. 100% is 100. Here 20% means 20. So 20 less than D means 100 minus 20, 80. Again, B got 25% less than C. So B got 25% less than C means, here 100% is 80, 10% is 8 and 5% is 4. That means 25% is 5 into 4, 20. So 20 less than C means 80 minus 20, 60. B got 60 marks. Again, A got 10% less than B. Here 100% is 60, 10% is 6. That means 10% less than B means 10% is 6. So 60 minus 6, 54. A got 54 marks. So here is the ratio of A is to B is to C is to D. And already A got 540 marks means 54 part is 540. 54 into 10 is 540. Then D got 100 parts. 100 parts is 100 into 10,000. So again we get 1000 as D's mark. Here it's also, in both the ways we got 1000 as D's mark. So that will be option D, 40% mark. So you can do either way. 3 subjects in an examination have maximum marks per subject in the ratio 1:2:4 respectively. If a student obtained 40% in the first subject, 50% in the second and 60% in the third subject, then what percentage did he score overall? Here maximum max for these 3 subjects is in the ratio 1:2:4. That means total maximum mark is 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is 7 marks. For these all 3 subjects, total mark is 7 marks. Then a student scored 40% in the first subject and 50% in the second subject and 60% in the third subject. Then marks scored by the same student will be in the ratio Here 40% he scored means 40 into 1. Maximum mark is 1. 40 into 1, 40%. That is 40 by 100. Again, in the second subject, he scored 50% into 2. That is 100. 100%. 100 by 100. Again, in the third subject, he scored 60 into 4. That is equal to 240%. 240 by 100. Then, total marks he scored in these three subjects is equal to 40 plus 100 plus 240. That is equal to 380 by 100, which is equal to 3.8 marks. That is, out of the 7, he scored 3.8 marks. Then percentage of marks he scored is equal to 3.8 by 7 into 100. He scored total 3.8 in this 3 subject and total maximum mark for this 3 subject is 7 marks. Then 3.8 by 7 into 100 is the percentage of mark he scored in this 3 subject, which is equal to 380 by 7. 7 goes 5 times in 38 and remaining is 3. 30 by 7 is equal to 4.2. So, option C is your answer. Ms. Deepthi Jain invests 11% of her monthly salary, that is rupees 5,236 in fixed deposit. Later, she invests 19% of her monthly salary on LIC. Also, she invests another 7% of her monthly salary in mutual funds. What is the total annual amount invested by Ms. Deepthi Jain? Here you can see 11% of her salary is 5236. That is 11% is 5,236 means 1% is 5236 divided by 11. 11 goes 4 times in 52. Remaining is 8. 11 goes 7 times in 83. Remaining 6. 11 goes 6 times in 66. So 1% is 476. Now, total monthly investment made by Deepthi is 11 plus 19 plus 7, which is equal to 37%. Now, total annual investment made by Deepthi is, there are 12 months in a year. So, 12 into 37%. 37% means 37 into 476. Because if 1% is 476, 37% is 37 into 476. Now, you don't have to do this calculation here. This is a simple question. This is to test your unit place knowledge and digital sum knowledge. Now, unit place here is 6 into 7, 42. 42 into 2, 84. So, 4 is the unit place here. Now, you can see here 4 is a unit place, here 4 is a unit place. So, option B and C eliminated. Now, if you check 12 into 37 into 476 is not a 5-digit answer. So, option D also cancel. Option A is your right answer. And if you have doubt in this, you can also do digital sum method. You can see here 1 plus 2, 3 is the digital sum. Here 3 plus 7, 10. So, 1 is the digital sum. Here 6 plus 4 plus 7, 17. So, 1 plus 7, 8 is the digital sum here. Now, if you multiply, which is equal to 3 into 1 into 8 is 24. So, 24 means 2 plus 4, 6 is the digital sum here. Now, if you check 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 4, 15. So, 1 plus 5, 6 is the digital sum. So, option A is the right answer. If you check here, this is 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 3, 11, 11 plus 2, 13, 13 plus 4, 17. So, 1 plus 7, 8 is the digital sum here. So, this is wrong. So, here digital sum 6, here also digital sum 6. So, option A is your right answer. Please don't do the calculation here. Mr. Amit gave 40% of the money he had to his wife. He also gave 20% of the remaining amount to his 3 sons. Half of the money now left was spent on other items and the remaining rupees 12,000 was deposited in the bank. How much money did Mr. Amit have initially? Let us consider Mr. Amit have 100% money initially. And 40% of the money, 40% of the money he gave to his wife. Then remaining is 60%. That is 100 minus 40, 60%. And this out of this 60%, 20% of the remaining amount he gave to his 3 sons. So 20% he gave to his 3 sons. Now the remaining is 100 minus 20, 80%. Here 60% of 20% he gave to his son and 60% of 80% is the remaining. Now half of the amount now left is 80%. So half of 80 is 40. So half of the now left, that is 40%, was spent on other items. And the remaining rupees 12,000 was deposited in the bank. That is remaining is 40%, that is 12,000, which is deposited in the bank. Now you can see 60% of 40% is 12,000. 60% of 40% he spent on other item. 60% of 20% he gave to his son. And 40% he gave to his wife, which is not part of this one. Okay. Now 60% of 40%, which is 12,000. Here I will write 40% as 40 by 100. Now 0, 0 cancel. 6 into 4, 24. So 12 goes 2 times in 24. Now 2 goes 5 times in 10. Now 1% is 500 means 100%. That is initial amount of money he had is 500 into 100, which is equal to 50,000. So option A is your answer. In my office, there are 30% female employees and 30% of these earn greater than rupees 8,000 per month. 80% of male employees earn less than 8,000 per month. What is the percentage of employees who earn more than rupees 8,000 per month? Here, let us consider there are total 100% employees in my office and 30% are female employees. So, in my office, 30% are female employees. Here, question doesn't say how much percentage is the male employees. 30% are female employees means 100 minus 30, remaining 70% are male employees. Now, 30% of these earn. This means 30% of these female employees earn greater than rupees 8,000. So, out of this 30% earn greater than 8,000 rupees per month. And remaining is 70%. So, 70% earn less than 8,000 rupees. Same way, 80% of male employees earn less than rupees 8,000. Here 70% are the male employees. Out of the 70%, 80% earn less than rupees 8,000 rupees per month. That means remaining is 20% which earn greater than 8,000 rupees per month. So we need to find out the percentage of employees who earn more than rupees 8,000. That is, more than means this one is more than, this one is more than. That is, percentage of employees earn more than rupees 8,000 rupees per month is 30% of 30% plus 70% of 20%. Now you can see percentage and double zero get cancelled. Percentage and double zero get cancelled. So remaining is 3 into 3 into percentage. That is 9 percentage plus 7 into 2 into percentage. That is 14 percentage, which is equal to 23 percentage. So option B is your answer. Here 30 percentage of 30 percentage means 30 by 100 into 30 percentage. Percentage means by 100. So this 00 and this 00 get cancelled. So the remaining is 3 into 3 into percentage, which is equal to 9 percentage. That's why percentage and 00 get cancelled. In a college, there are 15 more girls than boys. If the number of girls is increased by 10 percentage and number of boys is also increased by 16 percentage, there would be 9 more girls than boys. What is the number of students in this school? Let us consider number of boys are 6 and number of girls is, there are 15 more girls than boys means number of girls is x plus 15 and difference between boys and girls is 15. If the number of girls is increased by 10 percentage means this x plus 15 is increased by 10 percentage. If a thing is increased by 10 percentage means that will become 1.1 times the older one. That is, initially there are 100 percentage girls. 100 percentage means 100 by 100. And finally it is increased to 10 percentage means it will become 110 percentage. That means 110 by 100. 110 by 100 is 1.1. So write it 1.1 times x plus 15. So 1.1 into x plus 15 is 1.1x plus 1.1 into 15 is 15 into 11 is 165. So 1.1 into 15 is 16.5. Now number of boys also increased by 16 percentage. That is, x is increased by 16 percentage. Initially there are 100 percentage boys. Finally it is increased to 16 percentage means it will become 160 percentage. That is 116 by 100. So it is equal to 1.16. So write it 1.16x. So x is increased to 1.16x. Now after these increments, there are 9 more girls than boys. That is, difference between these terms is 9. Initially the difference was 15. Now the difference is 9. So take the difference between these two terms. That will be equal to 9. That is, here you don't have to worry about anything because all are positive terms. So take the difference between x components and equalize it to the difference between these constant terms. That is, here difference between 1.16x and 1.1x is 0.06x, which is equal to difference between 16.5 and 9 is 7.5. So x will become 7.5 divided by 0.06. I will write it as 750 divided by 6, which is equal to 7 by 6 1, 15 by 6 2, 30 by 6 5. So x is equal to 125. That means x plus 15 is 125 plus 15 is equal to 140. So x is 125 and x plus 15 is 140. That means number of students is 125 plus 140, which is equal to 265. So option D is your answer. If you have difficulties in taking the difference, just write it like this. That is 1.1x plus 16.5 minus 1.16x is equal to the difference 9. Now here you can see 9 comes here and 1.16 and 1.1x is go to the RHS. That will become 0.06x is equal to 7.5. So you can write this step as well. But here all are positive terms. So if you consider the difference between these x components and the constant terms, you don't have to write this step. In an examination of SSC, 46% of students passed in maths, 51% of students passed in English, 15% of the students failed in both the subject, and total number of students passed in both the subject is 60,000. Find the number of students who appeared in the examination. Here, 46% of students passed in maths. 51% of students passed in English, and 15% of students failed in maths and English. Here combined data is for failed students. So, we have to find out the percentage of students who failed in maths and in English. So, if 46% passed in maths means remaining 100 minus 46, 54% failed in maths. 51% passed English means remaining 100 minus 51, 49% failed in English. Now we have the data of failed student. So let's draw the Venn diagram here. Here this intersection is for combined students who failed in maths and English. That is 15% students who failed in maths and English. Now, you can see this 54% students who failed in maths also included in this 15% students who failed in maths and English. So, in order to find the students who failed in maths only, we have to subtract 54 minus 15. So, 54 minus 15, which is equal to 39% is the students who failed maths only. Because students who failed maths also included in students who failed maths and English. Then students who failed maths only is equal to 54 minus 15. Same way, students who failed English also included in the students who failed in maths and English. So, 49 minus 15, which is equal to 34% is the students who failed English only. Because students who failed English also included in students who failed maths and English. So 49 minus 15 is the students who failed English only. Now, percentage of students who passed English only is equal to percentage of students who failed maths only. That is, percentage of students who passed English only included in percentage of students who failed maths only. Same way, percentage of students who passed maths only is equal to percentage of students who failed English only. That is, percentage of students who passed maths only included in percentage of students who failed English. So, the remaining will be percentage of students who passed in maths and English, that is both the subject. That will be equal to 100 minus these three, that is 15% minus 34% minus 39%. Now, which is equal to 100 minus 34 plus 39, 73, 73 plus 15, 88, which is equal to 12%. So, this 12% is equal to number of students who passed in both the subject, that is 60,000. 60,000. 12 goes 5 times in 60, that is 1% is 5,000 means number of students who passed in both the subject is 100%, which is equal to 50,000. So, total number of students who appeared in the examination is 50,000. So, option D is your answer, that is 50,000. A trader hired a salesperson on the condition that he will pay 12% commission on the total sales and 3% bonus on sales above 9,000. On a particular day, salesperson was paid rupees 1,980. Find the total sales of that day. We can do this question in two methods. In the first method, let us split total sales into sales below 9,000 and sales above 9,000. Now, the salesperson get 12% commission for total sales. That is, he get 12% for less than 9,000 as well greater than 9,000. Now, he also get 3% bonus for sales above 9,000. That is, he get additional 3% for greater than 9,000 sales. Now, here you can see, here it is 12%, here it is 15%. So, I will add extra 3% to less than 9,000 sales. If I add 3% of 9,000 here, then I should add the same amount here as well. That is for rupees 1,980. Now it is easy for me. That is, here it is 15%, here it is also 15%. To equalize this one, I add 3% of 9,000 here. Then I will add the same amount to rupees 1,980. Then equate it. 15% of total sale is equal to what he get? He get 1,980. Plus, I will add this extra 3% of 9,000 because that included in this 15% total sales. So, 3% of 9,000 because I added it here, okay? Now, the equation is complete. That is, here 3% of 9,000 means percentage and this 00 get cancelled. 3 into 90 is 270. So 1,980 plus 270 is 2,250. That is 15% of total sale. Now 15% is this one. Then 1% is 150 because 15 goes 15 times in 2,250. That means 100% is 15,000. So option B is your answer. Here 15,000 is the total sales, and if you want to verify your answer, 1,980 is the total amount he gets as commission, then which is equal to 12% of total sales 15,000 plus 3% bonus for sales above 9,000 means 15,000 minus 9,000 is 6,000. So in this way you can verify your answer. Now the second method is, let us consider total sales as X. Then he gets 12%. 12% means 12 by 100 which is equal to 0.12, and 3% means 3 by 100 which is equal to 0.03. So he gets 12% of total sales X, that is 0.12 into X plus 3%, that is 0.03 into sales above 9,000 means X minus 9,000. Here total sale is 15,000. Sales above 9,000 means 15,000 minus 9,000, 6,000. So which is equal to 1,980. Now 0.12x plus 0.03x is equal to 0.15x. And this minus 9,000 into 0.03 is minus 90 into 3. That is minus 270. So that will be equal to 1980 plus 270. And then x will be equal to, this is 2250 divided by 0.15, which is equal to 15,000. This is the same step here, that is 1980 plus 270. So this first method is a shortcut method of second one. A salesman is allowed 12% commission on the total sales made by him and bonus of 1% on sales over 15,000 rupees. If the total earning of salesman is rupees 7,650, find total sales. Here, I will split the total sales as sales below 15,000 and sales above 15,000. Now, he gets 12% commission for total sales. That is 12% for less than 15,000 sale as well, greater than 15,000 sales. Now, he also gets 1% bonus for sales over 15,000. That is 1% for sales over 15,000 means total 13% for sales over 15,000 and only 12% for sales below 15,000. Now, to equalize the overall percentage, I will add 1% of 15,000 to this sales below 15,000. That means I can equalize the percentage here. That is 12 plus 1, 13 here. Here also 13. So I can take the overall percentage as 13%. Now if I add 1% of 15,000 here, I should add the same to 7,650 as well. Now I will equalize it. That is total 13% commission for total sales is equal to 7,650 plus I will add the 1% of 15,000 here, because that is included in this 13% as well, because I added it here in the less than 15,000 session. So that will be included in this 13% of total sales. So now if I calculate it here, percentage and 00 cancel, that is 1 into 150, 150. 150 plus 7,650 is 7,800. So 13% is 7,800 means 13 goes 6 times in 78. That means 1% is 600. So 100% is 600 00, that is 60,000. So option C is your answer. So total sales is equal to 60,000. If you want to verify it, 7,650 is equal to 12% of total sale is 60,000 plus bonus is 1%, that is for sales over 15,000. So 1% of 60,000 minus 15,000 is 45,000. Now 12% of 60k plus 1% of 45k is equal to this 7,650 here. A candidate answered 60% of questions, of which 24% are right. How much percentage he should answer the rest of questions right so that he may pass the examination when the minimum passing percentage of this examination is 30%. Let us consider 100 as the total number of questions in this examination, and minimum passing percentage is 30% means he should correct 30 out of this 100 questions. Here he already answered 60% of the questions. So 60% of 100 is 60. Now remaining unanswered question is 40%. 40% is equal to 40 because we consider 100 as the total number of questions. Now he corrected 24% of the 60% of questions. That means he corrected 24% of this 60 questions. 100% of 60 is 60, 10% is 6 and 1% is 0.6. So 24% is 0.6 into 24, which is equal to 14.4 questions. So he already corrected 14.4 questions out of the 60 questions. But he need to correct 30 questions because passing percentage is 30%. So here 30 minus 14.4, which is equal to 15.6. So he need to correct 15.6 out of this 40 questions. So X percentage of 40 is equal to 15.6. So we need to find the X percentage here. X percentage is equal to, he should correct 15.6 questions out of this 40 questions in order to get total 30% mark in this examination. Here 4 goes 3 times in 15. Remaining is 36. 36 by 4 is equal to 9. So 3.9. 3.9 into 10 is equal to 39%. So option C is your answer. Now, if you have difficulties in calculating this, let's have a different method, that is allegation method. You can solve this question in allegation method as well. Let's use allegation method. Here 60% questions he answered and remaining unanswered question is 40%. Out of this 60%, he corrected 24% of the question. So, in order to get 30% mark, he should correct X percentage out of this 40 questions. So, passing mark is 30%. That is, this 24% of this 60 and X percentage of this 40 will be equal to 30. That is, this 24 and X together is 30. That is, passing mark is 30. Now, if you take the allegation method, difference between 24 and 30 is 6. Difference between X and 30 is X minus 30. Now, X minus 30 and 6. So here, take the ratio of left hand side and right hand side. Here left hand side is X minus 30 and right hand side is 6. So X minus 30 by 6 is also equal to 60 by 40 because LHS is 60 and RHS is 40. So ratio of X minus 30 by 6 will be equal to ratio of 60 and 40. Now, 20 goes 3 times in 60, 20 goes 2 times in 40. 2 goes 3 times in 6. Now X minus 30 is equal to 3 into 3, 9. So X is equal to 30 plus 9, 39. So option C, 39% is the answer. So if you have difficulty in doing the first method, do the allegation method. This is more simple. In an election, 20% of the voters could not cast their vote. Out of total cast vote, 3,200 become invalid. 70% of the total valid votes are secured by A and the remaining votes are secured by B. A wins the election by 14,720 votes. Find the total number of voters. Here, let us consider total number of voters as 100%. Then, 20% of the voters could not cast their vote means 20% of are no votes. Now, remaining is 80%. So, out of this 80%, 3,200 become invalid. So, 3,200 are invalid vote out of this 80%. Now, remaining are total valid vote. So, out of this 80%, 3,200 are invalid and total valid votes are remaining. Now, 70% of the total valid votes secured by A. So, out of this total valid vote, 70% of valid vote secured by A. So, remaining 30% valid vote secured by B. And A wins the election by 14,720 means total vote received by A minus total vote received by B is equal to 14,720. So, difference between A and B. Difference between vote received by A and B is 14,720, which is equal to 70% of valid vote minus 30% of valid vote. So, 40% of valid vote is equal to 14,720. Here, 0, 0 cancel. 4 goes 3 times in 14, remaining 27. 4 goes 6 times in 27, remaining 32. 4 goes 8 times in 32. Now 1% is 368 means 100% valid vote is equal to 368 into 100. Now here 100% valid vote means total valid vote. So 100% valid vote is 36,800. Then what is 80%? 80% is invalid vote plus total valid vote. That is 80% is invalid vote plus total valid vote. which is equal to invalid vote is 3200 plus total valid vote is 36,800, which is equal to 40,000. So here 80% is 40,000. 40 goes 2 times in 80. So 2% is 1k. Here total number of voters is 100%. Total number of voters is 80% plus 20%. So we need to find what is 100%. 2% into 50 is 100%, which is equal to here 1k into 50 is 50,000. So 100% is 50k, means total number of voters is 50,000. So option C is your answer. In an examination, 52% candidate failed in English, 42% failed in mathematics. If 17% candidate failed in both English and mathematics, what percentage of candidate passed in both the subject? Here 52% failed in English and 42% failed in maths and 17% failed in both English and maths, that is failed in both the subject. Now the combined data is for failed students and we already have failed student data. So let us draw Venn diagram here. Now this combined data, that is this intersection is for this combined data, which is equal to 17% students who failed in English and maths. And you can see this 52% students who failed in English also included in the 17% students who failed in English and maths. Then we need to find out students who failed in English only, because students who failed in English also included in students who failed in English and maths. So students who failed in English only is equal to 52 minus 70, which is equal to 35%. This intersection is for students who failed in English and maths. Now we need to find out students who failed in maths only. You can see students who failed in maths also included in students who failed in English and maths. Now to find students who failed maths only, we need to subtract 42 minus 17. So 42 minus 17 is 25%. Now you can see percentage of students who passed maths only included in percentage of students who failed English only. Same way, percentage of students who passed English only included in percentage of students who failed maths only. Here, percentage of students passed maths only included in percentage of students who failed English only. Same way, percentage of students who passed English only included in percentage of students who failed maths only. These are equal. So, percentage of students who passed both the subject, that is English and maths, which is equal to total percentage is 100 minus number of students who failed in one or two subject or in both the subject, which is equal to all these three, that is 17% plus 25% plus 35%, which is equal to 100 minus 77, which is 23%. So option B is your answer. If 33.33% of a number is added to 16, then the result is number itself. Find the number. Here 33.33% is 1 by 3. Remember this fraction. That is 100 by 3 is 33.33. Then 33.33 divided by 100 is 1 by 3. That means 33.33% is 1 by 3. Here if 33.33% of a number is added to 16, let us consider the number as x. Then 1/3 of a number, that is 33.33% of a number added to 16. So added to 16. Then the result is the number itself. Here number is x. Now 1/3x plus 16 is x. So x minus 1/3x is 2/3x, which is equal to 16. 2 goes 8 times in 16. Now x is equal to 8 into 3, 24. So option D is your answer.